Good morning, baby gamers.
This is Breaking the Lore,
A show where two girlfriends dive deep.
to find the weirdest and most obscure bits of trivia.
I'm Nissa's girlfriend, Sarah.
And I'm Sarah's girlfriend, Nissa.
So buckle up, because tonight's episode is...
It's arms.
I love arms.
I have barely any memories of arms, to be completely honest.
I feel like I played it a lot more than most people.
You definitely did.
I thought it was fun, and I liked the characters a lot. It's got a really cool aesthetic, and I like it a lot.
I mean, it definitely has a cool aesthetic. I just remember, arms is the reason I got a Switch, I guess. I guess that
It
has
is?
it going for it, kinda. Because I really wanted the Switch, but I didn't have the money to buy it for myself. And my parents weren't going to buy me one. But then my dad saw a preview for not One Two Switch. Fucking no one cares about One Two Switch. Saw a preview for Arms, and he wanted to play it. So he was like, "We should get a Switch," and I was like, "Yeah, we should." And he was like, "All right, I'll go buy it as soon as I can find one," because remember there was like stock shortages and shit, and we didn't get it day one because it was a little after the Switch had come out. And I was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Can you get Breath of the Wild as well?" And he was like, "Sure, I won't play it, but I'll get it." And I was like, "Okay, sounds good." And we somehow came to the agreement that I would take the Switch with me as my property, and he would get a home one if he wanted one. And I was like, "Okay, sure, that works."
That's
Um,
nice.
yeah, no, it was pretty nice.
I had to pay for my Switch.
But so yeah, we got arms. I don't really remember doing much with it. I remember I played it a couple times. I played it with my little sister and my dad a couple times. I played it online like once, got my ass kicked, and realized I didn't really like playing it online.
I never played online. I always just did a Grand Prix.
I never really did Grand Prix either because the NPCs would kick my ass too. Um, I pretty much just played like single matches or like matches against local people. Um, I played. I don't. I want to say I kept playing until some DLC came out. Definitely not all of it. Who were the fighters like in order?
Max
Um,
Brass, Lollipop, Misango, Springtron, Dr. Quail.
okay, I want to say I I played definitely until Max Brass was released, which I think was like pretty soon after the game's launch.
Yeah, really
Um,
soon.
yeah, he was in version 2.0. I think I had abandoned it by the time Lola came out, but I picked it back up to try her out, and I have never to this day played as Misango Stringtron or, despite my love of her, Dr. Coil.
How?
Because
Okay,
I
we're
just
gonna
never
play arms together, and you're gonna try out all the new
I just
characters.
never picked arms back up after that. Because
I I played arms like occasionally here and there, and I always grabbed it as soon as a new character came out because I wanted to try him out. Lollipop eventually became my main.
and like I don't know, by this point, like I'm like I don't know. I played games all through the Wii era. I'm like kind of done with games where I have to be like up and like doing things. That
Oh,
sounds
I barely use the motion controls. I use them once in a while, but I always just play with the controller.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You're you don't have to use motion controls with arms.
What are you talking about?
Is this a bit?
This is not a bit. What are you talking about?
You can use a normal controller, like the two Joy Cons in the grip, or a Pro controller, or the Switch on handheld mode, and you can use A and B as your right and left arms, and you can use ZL and ZR to grab, and X and Y to jump and dash.
Arms had button controls.
Arms has button controls.
So I could have played so much more arms.
You still can.
I mean, it's true. I do have arms, um, despite it technically being my dad's. I somehow have custody of Arms as well. But
I find it hard to believe he's going to ask for it back.
he's really not. He never actually bought a house Switch. He just kind of lost interest. Um, so yeah, I could have played a lot more Arms if I had known that I didn't have to be like playing it like Wii Sports Boxing.
It's so funny to me that you never learned that, though.
I didn't. I thought you had to play it like Wii Sports Boxing.
That's just how they marketed it. It's only one of several possible control schemes.
Well,
Two, I mean, not several. Two.
well, then that's a shame that Arms was absolutely kneecapped by me feeling like I had to have enough energy to be up and playing it like boxing. But Arms is back.
Yeah, Arms is back.
Like
With a vengeance.
the dead speak, somehow Arms has returned. Like
I want to take a minute and talk about Arms in Smash Bros. Because I feel like we cracked the code.
we did.
It's going to be Helix.
How did we decide that again?
It can't be Springman because
He's an assist trophy, yeah.
Assist trophy. And Min Min, Mechanica. No, wait, not Min Min. It was
No, it was
Ribbon Girl.
Min Min. If you're talking at the spirits.
The spirits, yeah. Who are the spirits?
I'm
Hold on.
pretty sure it was Ribbon Girl, Min Min, Twintel. I want to say either Mechanica or Master Mummy, maybe Ninjara, Kid Cobra, maybe. I don't remember.
It was Springman, Ribbon Girl, Min Min, Twintel, Ninjara. Those were the spirits.
Right.
So, who that leaves in terms of like the most iconic ones, like Helix, maybe Master Mummy, but who cares about him? Like,
I mean, I feel like he was one of the ones that got like the earliest marketing push, but then kind of lost his steam.
yeah, he was one of the first ones revealed, but he wasn't very popular, so
He never really went anywhere.
like I know a lot of people are saying it's going to be Springman and it's going to be like this breakthrough that assist trophies can be promoted, but I don't think they're going to do that. Like,
Yeah, that really doesn't make
that
sense
seems
to me.
stupid.
I also don't want it
it's-
because I think that Springman's the least interesting character in the entire game.
He is. He's just the most generic one. Like, I like him, but not as much as the
I
others.
don't even really like him. I mostly,
He's okay.
when I was doing NPC fights, I would actually usually choose him as just my like opponent because I don't like him.
Spearman's just okay. Like, a lot of people say Min Min because she won the last Party Crash, which is understandable. Like,
She's also
I
overwhelmingly
see that.
popular.
She's extremely popular. That's why she won the Party Crash. But, I don't know. The fact that she's a spirit kind of takes that off for
I
me.
mean, potentially. We don't
Yeah.
have any hard confirmation that spirits can't be characters.
We don't know, and I think the spirits might have applied in the first pack, but I don't know about this second pack because it wasn't planned from the start.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think that like games that are getting spirit events won't get in because
Yeah, any new spirits they're adding, there's no chance.
yeah, because they're getting spirits after the fact. But
So I'm sorry to say, but we're not going to be seeing Partner Pikachu as a character in Smash Bros.
sorry. But I mean, I guess yeah, Helix. Because I mean, I don't think it would be.
Helix is one of the most iconic ones, I think.
Because I think it would be someone from the base game.
Yeah, as much as I want Lola Pop or Dr. Coil, it's not happening.
Yeah. I don't think it would be Bright and Bark. They're kind of forgettable.
Yeah, Bite and Bark, they're not very popular, and they're like weird because they're two characters.
I mean, it would be a nice chance to sort of reuse the Ice Climbers formula, but a little different. But I don't.
I think it'd be
they're
even
going
more
to.
like Rosalina and Luma.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it being a Rosalina Luma situation. Although I think Helix, the reason that we were leaning towards him, if I remember correctly, is that he would sort of take the most advantage of the like stretchy mechanic. Like
He would be very unique.
exactly, like because he has stretchy arms, but his body's also stretchy. So like
Yeah, like Helix has a lot going on as opposed to like Springman would be Long Little Mac.
yeah. Helix would be potentially very unique with his durability, I guess we'll say, his elasticity. Um, I think he could be a pretty good fighter.
That's the one my money's on, is
I
Helix.
kind of want Helix. I like Helix.
Helix is one of my favorites. He's not my number one choice, but he's the one I feel is most likely, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, my number one would be Min Min or Twintel, probably. Maybe Dr. Coyle, although I just think that she has such little chance of getting in that I can't even say she's my
Yeah.
number one. I feel like the most likely in my mind are Ribbon Girl and Helix. They just strike me as like the
Ribbon Girl
two.
especially has that extra jump. Like,
Yeah, I just think, I mean, because I think that like since Springman is theoretically out of the game, Ribbon Girl is like she was the other mascot of the series
yeah,
alongside
she's the
him.
next most iconic one. Yeah.
Like I think the two of them were revealed as like the two mascots, if I remember
They were
correctly.
revealed at the same time, yeah.
Because wasn't it
They're...
like there was that like ad, right? With like the old man and like the schoolgirl and like she turned into Ribbon Girl and he turned into Springman, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, something like that. From the Nintendo
Yeah,
Switch
from the Switch
presentation back in December
presentation.
of many years ago.
January 11th, 2017.
But yeah, Arms is back. Um,
Yeah, it almost feels like they're even like, especially that this demo and everything. It's weird. They're just bringing it back, and I love
I
it.
mean, yeah, they had their first party crash in almost a year. Um, I think it was last weekend, was it?
Yeah.
Um, Springman versus Ribbon Girl, so sort of pitting the two original mascots against each other. Yeah, I was surprised when they announced getting Party Crash. I certainly wasn't expecting that after the amount of time we've had since the last Party Crash.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of rumors are swirling also that there's going to be a second Arms, and that that's what they're
Yeah.
sort of gearing up to.
Arms 2 Armageddon.
That's not going to happen.
I think it's a really good title, and they gotta up the ante somehow.
I mean, that's the other competing theory is that, like, the Arms fighter in Smash is going to be, like, whoever the mascot of Game 2 is.
The new Springman.
The new Springman.
Because, like, I mean, Springman is the third Springman. Like, to actually get into some Arms lore after the
Whoa, we're
first,
not ready for that yet.
we're 12 minutes into this episode. We haven't said our first bit of Arms lore, but I'm saying it now.
Okay, fine, if you really want to get into it.
The Springman's the third Springman. Like, I believe Max Brass was the last Springman, even?
Well,
I
what do
don't know if
you...
that's true or if that's just something I made up.
So
But
is Springman, like, an inherited title, or...
yeah, Springman's a title. Like, it's, I don't know what it is, but there's, like, in the Arms comic that, released in, fall of 2018.
They released an Arms comic?
No. It was announced to release in fall of 2018, then it was moved to January of 2019, and we still haven't seen it.
Okay, I thought they'd, like, released a first issue or something that you were referencing.
No, okay, they actually, that's what I am referencing, is they released the, a free comic day preview, which is the first couple pages of it, which I have.
Okay.
And yeah, it was said that Springman was the new Springman, and that there were previous Springmen.
Interesting. I wonder if they're going to bring that comic back.
Oh gosh, I hope so.
Like, I mean,
I
if
want
they're
to read
bringing,
it.
if they're bringing Arms back, they might as well bring back the comic.
Yeah, like, just announce it for release next month. I will buy it. I don't care that I don't have money. I want this book.
Then we'd have some real lore, and we wouldn't have to be padding this episode like crazy. Because we are, in fact, padding this episode, in case you couldn't tell. We're basically going to read the entire Arms wiki, and that's going to be, hopefully, an hour. Arms doesn't have much, but we wanted to do it because it's back, and Sarah really likes it.
It's back, and I love Arms.
I know you love Arms. But yeah, Springman, I guess, is the third Springman. I assume, yeah, the reveal would have been that Max Brass, or like not even reveal, but like the lore, if the comic had continued, would be that Max Brass was the previous Springman.
Yeah, because like Max Brass has to be Springman's dad, right?
Oh, we're already jumping into that too?
Well, why not?
We're just skipping all over the place. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there's that common theory. When I looked it up a few days ago when we were talking about it in our Nintendo Ladies Discord server, I don't think I found any like actual evidence of it, but it's like either heavily implied or at least people strongly believe that um, Max
Well,
Brass is the father of Springman.
I mean, like, they have the same special ability, and we know that Max Brass and Dr. Coyle had a little thing together.
They're exes.
Yeah. And Dr. Coyle created her robotic son to replace her real life son that she has no contact with anymore.
That's kind of
Springtron.
sketchy. Do you really think that Springtron was created to be like a replacement goldfish for Springman for her?
No, that's not the point. But why else would she make her robot son look exactly like Springman?
Because he's a versatile all-out fighter. I'm gonna see if there is actually any information on why Springtron was created, because it does seem weird that like Springman of all people would be Springtron. Let's see. Backstory. A lean, mean fighting machine designed and built by Arms Labs, so Dr. Coyle. His metal body is inspired by the popular fighter Springman, and he's packed with the latest advances in fighting technology. With the goal of improving Dr. Coyle's image by flexing their scientific muscle, he's finally been allowed to step out of the shadows and enter the Grand Prix. Um, well, okay, here's something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's implied, at least, by Biff at one point, that Springtron's design was stolen from Mechanica.
Oh, Mechanica. Because Mechanica's a huge fan of arms.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that's why she built her mech,
yeah,
because
because she doesn't have arms, she built her own mech so she could compete.
yeah.
She was gonna build a robot duplicate of Springman because she stands him.
I mean, yeah, that's what it seems to be. It seems that she was apparently trying to build a Springtron to like have a robot version of her idol, I guess. And Dr. Coyle stole the blueprints and completed it to show off their robot technology.
Huh.
Um, there's not much else about Springtron because there's not much else about anyone, other than the fact that he's 0 years old. They like just made him relatively
Yeah.
recently.
He was made after ARMS came out. Like, he was born right when that update came out that put him into the game. That was his first day on Earth.
Yeah, when 3.2 came out.
Yeah, that was his birthday. Actually, hold on. He would be 3 now.
He would be 3 years old now.
Well, actually, no, he'd be 2 and change.
2 and change.
Because he didn't, yeah.
Oh well, happy birthday, Springman. But yeah, back to what we were originally sort of talking about. I mean, the ages do line up because, I mean, Springman is, oh, I just closed all my tabs.
He's 20.
Yeah, Springman's 20, Max Brass is 52, and Dr. Coyle is 48. So she would have had him at like 28.
And
he would have
Max Brass would have been 32.
Yeah, and that works. Like,
Yeah.
that's a reasonable age for them to have Springman at.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Coyle's a MILF. Like an actual one.
Yes, Dr. Coyle's a MILF, but something just occurred to me.
Is it that Dr. Coyle's not a MILF?
No, Dr. Coyle is 100% a MILF. Like, I'm not going to deny that.
Okay, that's good.
Mechanica, her favorite arms fighter is Ribbon Girl, not Springman. Why would she be building a Springman instead of a robotic Ribbon Girl?
Because maybe she started making Springtron because she wanted a way to train, but she like couldn't bring herself to beat up even a facsimile of Ribbon Girl.
That's really good, actually.
I don't know. Like, seems like it works to me. Like, maybe she just stands Ribbon Girl so hard that she couldn't even beat up an effigy of her and, like, made Springtron so she could beat on the other popular arms fighter.
Okay, so there's like promotional art of Mechanica working on Springtron.
Oh, is
So
there? Let me see.
yeah. And like
Oh,
Dr.
yeah, I see
Coyle
it.
is looking in from the hallway.
Oh, yeah. And, like, Headlock is
Hmm.
attacking Bark and Bite for some reason.
Yeah.
Does this. I'm almost wondering if this implies that she was building Springtron in Arms Labs?
Well, okay, if she was building Springtron and okay, so she built her suit in a scrapyard, obviously, but like
Yeah.
maybe after she like joined the arms tournament, she was invited to Arms Labs,
Maybe? Well,
and
because I
that's how
mean,
Dr. Coyle knew about the Springtron plans.
because I'm trying to think of reasons why Headlock and Bark and Bite would be there.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this, like, little weird scene in the background of Headlock, Bark, and Bite wouldn't be happening at her scrapyard.
No, no.
And, like, Springtron looks done. Like, Biff mentions that, like, the blueprints were stolen, but nothing about, like, stole, like, an actual working prototype.
Yeah, no, this looks like he got like damaged and she's repairing him, like damaged in a fight.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So I guess like she's I don't know, she likes Springtron and would like she designed him, so
I mean,
she'd fix him. Like
maybe she was, like, asked to be the one to work on him.
Dr. Coyle's assistant.
Yeah, like, maybe she was
Intern.
offered. And I guess, like, also if you look at, there's, like, another official art of her workshop in the scrapyard because you can see her working on her mech. Um,
Yeah.
and it looks different.
Mm-hmm.
It looks completely different. Um, it has overhead lighting. It has a clear table. Um, the floor is tile instead of wood.
She's drinking Helix juice.
Oh, yeah, she is. Um, so, like, I think we can safely say these aren't the same rooms.
Mm-mm.
Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's in Arms Labs.
It's gotta be.
It has with all the other things happening in the scene, it has to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to go with that. It's pretty
No.
interesting.
It's interesting stuff, yeah. Like Arms has all this like it's like Overwatch that the story's entirely told outside of the game.
Yeah, but, like, unlike Overwatch, like, Overwatch's lore is a goddamn mess. We should do an Overwatch episode at some point
I guess
where
we
we
should
where we just try to
try to make
riddle
sense
out
of it.
that puzzle, like I did in college.
Uh,
But at least, like, Overwatch has, like, comics and those CGs, or at least, I mean, they used to have the CGs. I don't know if they've made any recently.
I
And I
feel like
also
the last one wasn't too long ago.
I don't know if any comics have even come out recently. I kind of stopped keeping up with it, like, halfway through college.
I
Um,
never kept up with it. I've read a few of the Overwatch comics, like back when Overwatch was new,
I liked
but
the
I never like kept
comics.
up with it.
I think the
I've
last comic I kept up with was the Christmas one.
I've watched some of the shorts, but uh,
Because I remember the Christmas one, I was, like, getting into theories. Because, like, I was, like those people who were, like, looking at the panels of, like, what all the characters were doing on Christmas and, like, were, like, theorizing things about their lore over it. Like, I was doing that. Um, I think that was the last time I cared super hard about Overwatch. But getting back to ARMS, which is what we're supposed to be talking about, um, I think a good place to go from here, just as, like, something for the middle of the episode, and then we can get back to random stuff later. There were those almost sort of codex entries. They're called Arms Confidential. So the first one, it's a bunch of sort of, like, illuminated, like medieval looking illuminated manuscripts Um, there's like this medieval man with an arms punching another medieval man with an arms. There's like a medieval Biff, like someone with arms and legs and like a hand on his
I've
head,
seen him,
telling
yeah.
them to stop. Um, some kind of corkscrew wolf creature. Um, yeah. So Arms Confidential 1.
Okay.
The earliest materials we have relating to the arms ability date to 1500 years ago.
Wow.
However, some experts believe that it existed for at least 4,000 years. The hallmark of coiling like a spring can be found not just in people, but animals as well, and plant life. So that's interesting, because that's
That's
something that
really
wasn't
cool.
really addressed in the games, I
Yeah.
guess. Well, I mean, obviously it was, because these came from the games. But,
Mm-hmm.
like, none of the characters are. Well, maybe Kid Cobra. We don't really know what his deal is. But,
No, because Kid Cobra, like, he might just be a snake.
he really could be. I don't.
He's just an anthropomorphic snake.
I guess so. Like a Scally.
Yeah, he's a scaly.
Well, Kid Cobra's extendable arms have a scaly, snake-like appearance.
They
So,
do.
arms wikis confirming. Um, but yeah, we don't know. He could be an animal, I guess. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's interesting, like plants and animals. So this is like some kind of weird natural phenomenon that affects like all organic life, it seems like.
It's so
Um,
weird.
it really is. Um, it's really weird. I don't know how to feel about it. So the next one, Arms Lab Confidential 2. It's pictures of Spring Man, Ribbon Girl. Oh, something I want to comment on while we're
Mm-hmm.
here. Um, so an interesting thing about these is that even though the arms signatures are in whatever language the character would be using for whatever country they're like implied to be from, these documents imply that the world of arms has a like sort of Orabesh like made up language.
Yeah, it does. It's funky. Like,
Cause
I feel like
yeah,
this is readable if it could be translated.
well yeah, cause like all the text on these files like seems like it's like put into like an Orabesh type alphabet.
Uh huh.
Um, which it looks kind of familiar. Where are all the signatures? What page had all the signatures on it? Because there's a page on the wiki that just like has everyone's signatures. Bark and Bite's signature.
Mm.
Bark and Bite's signature, like that looks kind of like the made up language.
It does. Yeah, it's a little stamp that's totally the made up language,
Yeah.
and it must say bite and bark, right?
Even Kid Cobra's looks kind of like it.
Yeah, like stylized.
Like oh yeah. Um Again, Misongo's also looks vaguely like it, although also distinctly different.
No, yeah, Misongo's looks like a different made up language.
Yeah, like it's more swirly than um than the made up language on this. But yeah, there's a made up language in arms, even though the characters sign their names in whatever language their country of origin theoretically is.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can read most of the signatures if you're like looking at them. But yeah, the second arms, I'm not going to read them all word for word. That would
Mm-mm.
take up too much time probably.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
But basically, what this one's talking about is arms is like increasing exponentially. I guess at this point in the world's timeline, 20% of people have arms. Um, Obviously, springy arms, not.
20%. I thought it
Yeah,
said 2.
no, it says 20.
Oh,
Currently, 20% of the population.
that's wild.
Um, but it's also like noting here that like some of it might not be reported, so there might be more than 20%.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's considered a gift now. Um, Although it implies it was originally sort of used as like an outcast type thing.
People
Um,
being racist against arms.
yeah, but like it sort of went like the opposite. Like they went from like sort of discriminated against to now they're celebrities because of arms.
All
So that's
thanks to the
interesting.
masks.
The masks.
Yeah, because they don't wear those masks just for show.
No, yeah, that's another one of the confidentials. I don't remember which one it is.
It's the next one.
No, the next one's about Min Min.
Oh. I guess we're looking at them in a different order. We must be on different pages.
I'm going in numerical order.
Yeah, this one's listed as number 3 on this page.
Number 3 is the arms of those with the arms ability turn into something deeply connected to the individual.
Oh. That's cool. What?
But yeah, this one has pictures of Min Min, and apparently arms typically turn into something deeply connected to you or turn into something that's nearby you when you get your arms.
Huh.
Also, there are some cases that don't follow this pattern, apparently, but those are considered outliers. But yeah, I guess that's why Min Min has noodle arms and Kid Cobra has snake arms. So that's kind of interesting lore.
Yeah.
And now we're getting into what you were going to talk about.
Yeah.
The masks. This one has this mustachioed old man on a age-stained letter in the fake language. So, arms as a sport is 120 years old, apparently. And there was a government group called the Arms Ministry, which turned into Arms Labs.
So they made the masks, which is like how they control the arms. They don't just have those funky masks just for show. Like, it's because that's how they control the arms, because without them they'd just be flopping all over the place.
Yeah, there's like some art of like a dude and his arms like all uncoiled, like when you coil up paper but then pull it a couple too many times and it just all comes undone. And I guess the masks somehow allow them to keep it together. Jumping around the arms confidentials, but I guess like the theory behind that is because the eyes have a spiral shape.
I guess that means the arms are controlled by the brain.
But like through the eyes?
The eyes are connected to the brain.
That's fair.
Like, it manifests in the eyes, like that's how you can see that they have, but it's like controlled by the brain. So putting your mask on would like probably connect to your brain somehow.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah,
like brain waves, like a radio wave for your brain.
Yeah, no, that does make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's arms and eyes and brain are all like the big factors, so the mask allows you to control them. But then, so something I like didn't really know about before we started researching this, people aren't really born with arms, they just get arms.
Yeah, it's really weird. But it typically it'll happen in the middle of the night. People will wake up with arms
for whatever reason.
And
like it typically happens apparently as puberty too.
Yeah, but like it doesn't always. Like there are people that have been born with arms. There are people that haven't gotten them until they were like 74.
Yeah. So yeah, it's honestly it's like mutant powers in X-Men. Do you remember when we were watching X-Men and like
yeah,
there was that part and she was like mutant powers which manifest around puberty, but then I was like, but when we watch First Class, you'll see Mystique and Charles as like 8-year-olds, and they both have decent control over their powers. Despite both characters talking about how their powers were hard to control when they first got them. Which implies that they've had them since they were like, what? Something? Plus, Mystique mentions at multiple points that her parents either abandoned her as a baby or tried to kill her as a baby because of her powers. So that doesn't really sound like manifesting at puberty to me. But yeah, I think it's sort of like that where it just happens.
And like allegedly, Kid Cobra was born with arms.
Yeah.
But he's not revealed his genetic background and always wears a mask. So nobody's sure about that. But that's another thing. Like he won't say where he came from, and he doesn't take off his mask. He's a snake under there. He's a snake.
He sure might be. Some kind of weird mutated
Like,
cobra.
he's snake-shaped. Like, look at the way his back goes. He's got, like, it flares out like a cobra. Like, I don't think that's just his, like, clothes. I think...
But he got legs.
Yeah, he also got arms.
Well, that's different.
Okay, when he was
Arms are
hatched,
special.
he was the shape of a man. But he was a snake.
It's the shape of a man, but a snake.
Yes, he's a snake in the shape of a man.
So he's like a Yuan Ti from D&D.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Looking at Kid Cobra's trivia section.
Kid Cobra's a weird one.
Because he's a top snakeboarder, and he lives for the streets.
Isn't he also... He's like a Twitch streamer,
Yeah,
isn't
he live streams his snakeboarding, and that's why he participates in the ARMS tournament to promote his snakeboarding live streams.
Yeah, so he's like an extreme sports Twitch streamer, but he's also a snake.
And this also says that his race hasn't been confirmed yet, which means he's a snake.
It doesn't mean he's a snake. It means he wears this disguise all the time and no one knows what he is.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know.
How messed up would it be if those were like robot legs?
I mean...
Like he had like a coiled up snake body in his baggy pants. And some robo legs.
I mean, his legs do kind of bend kind of weirdly.
Do they?
No, I guess not. It's just his pants are really baggy, but it looks like his legs are filling it up at the same time.
I mean, I will say, yeah, his body's really weird.
He's got thick
Like,
thighs.
I'm looking at that art of him, like, sitting down, like, sort of side profile, glaring at us. And, like, he has weird proportions.
His torso's really long, and his legs are really thick.
I don't think he has real legs.
No, he doesn't. He is a snake in the shape of a man.
But then he also apparently has, like, hypnosis or, like, fear powers. Because, like, there's that one official art of him, and he's, like, got his hand in front of a snake, and there's, like, two spooky eyes, like when a Pokemon does mean look. There's, like, that sort of effect going on.
He's Ka from the Jungle Book.
I guess so.
Yeah, he's hypnotizing a snake like that, yeah.
Is that just a power that snakes have?
No, I think it's like a folklore thing or something.
Well, I mean, I guess when I asked that, I didn't think that real snakes could do that. I don't know why I phrased it like that, because I don't think real snakes can do that. I'm just going to move on to the next ARMS fun fact to cover that one up. But yeah, Kid Cobra may be born with arms. Coil wants to investigate him. If ARMS had a story, I bet he'd get abducted at some point. That's my hot take. Because I feel like Coil wouldn't be above abducting someone to learn about things.
Absolutely not. Of course, she's going to kidnap people all the time.
So there would absolutely be a Kid Cobra abduction plot at some point in the story. Oh, ARMS, if only you had a story.
ARMS has, like, backstory and no story.
It has, like, cobbled together backstory.
It does.
So the next one's just kind of talking about how the ARMS Ministry became the ARMS League. There's nothing super interesting here. Except that, like, it all sort of, like, the ARMS Ministry formed to, like, sort of study and learn about ARMS, and then it became a professional sports league, and then it split into, like, the ARMS League and ARMS Labs. And, like, ARMS Labs studies and makes stuff in ARMS League. I was going to say, it actually kind of looks like they have a comic book of some kind on this confidential page. At least that's what it looks like to me, or some kind of old fighting ad. Which actually, the guy's hair makes me almost think maybe he's the first Spring Man? Because he's red with, like, coiled blue hair. So maybe that's the first Spring Man. Spring Man the first.
I want to talk about how Twintel does have the spiral irises, which means she has, like, arms. And, like, she refused to be researched.
Yeah.
3 times.
She's another one that, like, Dr. Coyle has approached and has been like, no, thank you.
They've tried to steal hair samples, but... Okay, hold on. What it says is several staff members have attempted to infiltrate her inner circle and gather hair samples, but contact with them has ceased.
So Twintel has
Twintel killed them.
Yes. Twintel has
Twintel
killed
has killed
multiple
before.
arms lab workers. Where are you hiding the bodies, Twintel? Where are the innocent arms labs workers?
They're not innocent. They're trying to steal her hair.
They're trying to survive capitalism, babe.
Okay, but like, okay, so did the arms ability just manifest in her hair?
I
Or
mean,
is she faking it?
I mean, Dr. Coyle presumes she's faking it, but I feel like it would have to manifest in her hair because she has the spirals, unless she's wearing colored contacts of some kind. Which I
Oh.
guess that's possible.
Yeah.
But also, the arms ability seems like pretty diverse. And
I guess?
I mean, well, because it can turn up in animals, like the branches of a tree. Like, I almost think because it turns into something that's important to you. What if her hair was just the most important thing to her? Like, if she didn't have the arms ability, her hair would be Rapunzel length. Like,
Yeah.
maybe her hair was just the thing she valued the most and the arms ability manifested in it.
That works. Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying she's not faking. If there's lore, I'm sure there would be some kind of canon answer about if she actually has the ability or if it's all like a long con. Um, I kind of want to know. Nintendo, bring back the ARMS comic, please.
I got something here about like the development of Headlock, I think.
Where's that one?
It's Laboratory Staff Diary 1, but like I guess Headlock was originally developed as a shirt.
Oh yeah, I see that drawing with like the
Yeah.
spilled ink on it. Um, yeah, he was developed to be worn because they were trying to like create like General Grievous fighters of some kind. Like have
This
someone
says it
control.
enables fighters to have sparring partners who do not inherently have the arms trait, and to see if an ordinary person is able to control multiple arms.
Mm-hmm. Although this one grainy photo's kind of weird.
Which one?
It's like it's really grainy. Are you looking at like the actual pictures for these?
Yeah.
So like to the left of the person wearing headlock diagram that's stained with blue ink,
Yeah.
um, there's like a really grainy photo of it almost looks like a carved raised relief of someone wearing the headlock. No, yeah, I'm seeing this like really like right, like it's a kind of grainy photo and it looks like
Yeah, that's someone wearing the headlock.
yeah. I mean, these are presumably legit because but no, yeah, because like that like I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but that almost looks like some kind of like ancient statue of a headlock type creature.
Kind of, but I think it looks more like a test of headlock and they put it on like a mannequin.
Maybe. It's just the background looks really weird.
Yeah.
And like it's such a grainy like if it was like a like lab photo, wouldn't it be nicer looking? It looks like it was taken somewhere dark.
Hmm. Maybe it was taken illegally.
Maybe. A leak.
Yeah.
Um
Leaked arms secrets.
Here's just like more research for headlock. It's really interesting if you're like kind of looking at it. Um there's like brain diagrams and like how it all connects. Apparently, basically the main problem here was that people could not control 6 arms at once.
Mm-mm.
People could control a maximum of 2. Um, so apparently the idea was to forcibly expand the capacity of the brain. Um,
Hmm.
Dr. Coyle wasn't into that though, I guess.
No.
Apparently then they tried like the helmet design that we know today.
and then Headlock just escaped because he gained sentience?
That's what it seems like, yeah. Like now
And they were just like, we'll just leave it for the arms fighters to deal with.
there's a bunch of pictures of like the lab looking all fucked up. Like
Yeah.
like it clearly wasn't just like he was like I'm smart now and left. He like Mewtwo'd the place. He got smart and wrecked the fucking shit out of the arms lab. And then they just kind of threw up their hands like, well, he's out there now. That's it. Here's an interesting thing. Certain characters in the game are known as second generation. Um, Second generation are fighters who don't have like the true ability. So like Mechanica, Helix, I believe Bark and Bite are considered second generation. Um, Basically just characters who gave themselves the powers,
Mm-hmm.
or were given them in the case of Helix.
Um, Dr. Coyle possesses 52 doctorates and lacks the ability to taste.
Allegedly. She allegedly is those things.
I also want to talk about this little picture of like medieval artwork, and it looks like Helix is in it.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of Helix stepping out of this round thing, and like a person praying to Helix. Which almost leads me to believe that if there was lore, time travel might be involved.
Yeah.
Like, I almost wonder if that round thing is supposed to be a time machine. And, um, like if that round thing is supposed to be a time machine and Helix is coming out of it.
Helix is the DNA man.
He is the DNA man.
What if, like, Helix goes back in time and, like roughly 4,000 to 1,500 years ago, and corrupts some people's DNA to give them arms, and that spreads, and that's where arms come from, and it's a closed time loop and arms didn't come from anywhere.
That could be interesting. I feel like they'd have to establish Helix having an ability to give people arms.
Yeah.
Because right now he's just like a weird 2-year-old jelly man who
He's 2 years old.
who just kind of, I don't remember, does he even talk? I think he just kind of like goes woo 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 or
He goes,
something like that. Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember him like doing some like weird Splatoony type noises. Um, I mean, again, these are things they could have explored in an ARMS comic. Can Helix give people arms? I think that is an interesting theory, though. I like it. I'm also interested about this page on this place. It's like a bunch of old photos, and like one of them looks like the curly mustache man from the original Arms Ministry.
Which one are we looking at?
It's on the same one we were just looking at.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, there's like those old photos. And I don't know what it's implying, but I almost feel like it's implying that Dr. Coyle is much older than she says she is. Because that one photo at the top of the Arms Ministry, which again was founded 120 years ago. At least. Probably, I think before 120 years ago.
Yeah.
That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's what Coyle Grand Prix photo. If I'm not mistaken, that's what she looked like in her Grand Prix photo. Yes, it is. Right down to like the round glasses. So like that one on top is Coyle.
It sure is.
So what's the deal with that?
Maybe this picture isn't 120 years old, but like
see, my one like issue is,
I mean, we already have time travel with medieval Helix over here.
Yeah. I feel like my major issue with it not being super old is that I feel like it's implied that it's like supposed to be like the same era with all the photos. and Handlebar Mustache Man, we know for a fact,
Mm,
is from the original Arms Ministry.
that's right.
Plus, like, it seems like they're making heavy use of, like, color photo, black and white photo, illuminated manuscript type things to, like, show the age of certain things.
Yeah.
So I find it hard to believe that they'd make a picture of her look artificially old for no reason.
So Dr. Coyle might just be older than she lets on.
Like a real, like an immortal
Yeah.
type MILF. One of those
One of those immortal MILFs, you
one of
know?
those Rhea Palutena Nintendo green haired immortal MILF. Nintendo sure loves those, and so do I.
Okay, I'm looking at this picture, the one with the comic book cover.
The one
And,
that I
like,
said looked like possibly the original Spring Man.
yeah. I'm talking next to that, though. That looks like a picture of, like, maybe earlier arms fighters?
Give me a sec to find it again, because I kind of lost it, because we talked about it a bit ago. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was looking at that, and I debated bringing it up, but then I didn't.
Yeah, like an arms league from decades past.
Like maybe the original Arms League, even.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that photo gives me very, like, I don't know why it gives me this, because I've never read the comics, and I've seen the movie, like, once, half watched it on TV 10, 15 years ago. It gives me, like, Watchmen vibes, almost. Um, Again, I have no real experience with Watchmen. It just seems like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but like, yeah, and that was like, well, like, the weird and interesting thing is like, aside from one of them, there's not much emphasis on like the weird arms.
No, I think, okay, it looks like at least two of them have arms. A couple of them just look like monks.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
because
Biff is there.
there's Biff. There's
Wait,
like,
I think that guy in the middle might have arms. Look like he's wearing a mask.
um, the guy who's next to Biff,
No, the guy further towards the middle.
because the guy who's next to Biff definitely has arms.
Oh yeah, the guy next to Biff has arms. That guy on the left has arms. But I think
I think,
there's like a guy in the middle that looks like he's wearing a mask,
I think,
and the guy next to him too.
I think the guy on the left is the like original Spring Man from the like comic book cover. They've got the same like
That
hair.
doesn't look quite right to me.
It doesn't? I think it
Um.
is.
Okay, maybe.
Because they got like the same hair and the same like relative shape.
Okay, actually, you know what? Yeah, I see it.
Um,
That does look quite right.
yeah. No, yeah, this is definitely some kind of like early Arms League. Oh, that's kind of cute. Um, Masks are distributed for free if you have the arms ability.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
You just need to contact the Arms League, tell them you have the ability, and they'll send you a free mask.
that's good.
Although,
Although,
as good as that is, it could just be a sneaky way for Coil to keep tabs on everyone that has arms.
I'm sure it is.
Because you can't just go pick up a free one, you have to contact the Arms League, get registered
Yeah,
as having arms, and get your
yeah,
mask.
they don't just have them at Walmart.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the Arms League.
So, like, it's good, but I think it could be used by Coil to keep tabs on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Bike and Bart, Bart, Bart Simpson. Bark and Bite. Oh my God. You can tell that
Bite and
we're
bark.
recording this episode at 6 a.m. for me, because I just typed in Bite and Bark incorrectly like 5 times into the Arms Wiki search bar to get myself to their page. But something interesting about them, despite the fact that they're cops, them participating in the arms tournament isn't actually the most above the board's legal type thing, because apparently for their Grand Prix like audition or whatever, like however you like get into the Arms League Grand Prix qualifier or whatever, they did the thing where like which one's the dog? Bark, I assume.
Yeah.
They, I don't know. Maybe it's the opposite of what you expect. They did the thing where Bark sits on Bite's head to look like they were one person. And then only once they were in actual competition did they separate and reveal that they were two people.
That's not allowed.
Apparently, they're still allowed to compete because Max Brass thinks they're really cool.
I support Max Brass.
Like the wording is something like, it's something like they're allowed to stay because the commish likes it. Yeah, the commish is a big fan of theirs, so perhaps there will be no new rules. Um, because they were tossing around making new rules about like how they inspect um, fighters to like make sure this doesn't happen again. But apparently Max Brass is like, nah, I like this. This is cool. This is what Arms is made for.
I want to talk about I've never seen this mentioned in like any capacity in any bit of Arms lore. I've only seen it like pictured in the promotional images, but
Uh-huh.
Helix has his own line of sports drinks.
He sure does.
Helix juice.
I don't know why. Is it called Helix Juice?
On the Arms wiki, the picture of Helix juice is called helixjuice.jpg.
Oh boy.
So I'm just gonna call it Helix juice.
I don't truthfully understand why Helix Juice exists. Um,
Well, I mean, he's a famous athlete, and he has a it's just marketing. Like, he's got his own line of sports drinks because he's a famous athlete.
I guess that makes sense. I don't know. He just doesn't strike me as like a character that would like have a ton of marketing because he's like a weird experiment. Like I don't even truthfully understand why Coyle lets him compete. I feel like she'd want to keep him in controlled environments.
I think he just broke out, and it was too late because people knew he existed, and he
Let's
couldn't just disappear now.
let's find out.
I don't see anything about that on his page. All I'm finding out from his trivia section is that he has a crush on Twintel.
Yeah, I was about to say, I just read that. He apparently, I guess, watched Twintel's movies, watched Twintel's movies when he was in his, like, tube, and now he has
His
a crush on
childhood.
her.
He's 2 now, and he had a childhood.
His 1 year of childhood, he got feelings for Twintel because he watched her movies and thought she was hot. Which, like, who doesn't?
I mean, just look at her.
Yeah. Who doesn't think Twintel's hot? Oh, this is weird official art.
What is it?
It was on Helix's page. It's like all of them in like casual clothes.
Oh yeah, I like that one a lot. It's cute.
Like Min Min's like wearing like a sweater. It is really cute. It's weird though seeing them in like just regular clothes, but of course still their masks because they can't take them
Yeah,
off.
they're friends and they hang out. It's cute.
They hang out in what looks like an abandoned warehouse.
It's the Arms Lab.
The Arms Lab.
It's built into an abandoned warehouse so nobody suspects anything.
Nah, Coil's too good for that. Um, this one official art, not only does Helix Juice exist, it comes in multiple flavors.
Yeah,
There's like pink Helix Juice and
it's
orange and
got green,
blue.
pink, blue, and orange.
All the flavors of Helix. It's like watching two kids drink it through the window.
He's like, oh hey, they're drinking my juice. They like it. Um, so I don't have a good segue for this, but what I want to know is, what is Biff?
Biff is Biff.
But like, he's a roughly humanoid yellow being of unknown species.
I mean, I mean,
He has arms.
and legs, doesn't he?
No. He has arms.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, he has arms and legs, but he has stretchy arms and swirly eyes.
Interesting.
So, like,
I don't have an answer to his species, but apparently he runs a bakery right next to Lola Pop's bakery, and they're in fierce capitalist competition to have the better bakery. I don't know how he has the time to do that.
I don't know how either of them have the time to do that. Like, Biff has to commentate on every official arms match. When does he bake?
I don't know.
And Lola is both a clown and a arms fighter.
And a
She's
baker.
yeah, and yeah, I don't know when she has time to bake either. Like, she's affiliated with Street Performers Worldwide, which means I guess she's in the clown union.
Clown union. I think everyone's in the clown union. I think anyone listening to our show is in the clown union.
That's the name of our fan club, the Clown Union.
I think us spending we're now over an hour into this episode at 6 a.m. for me. I think that's clown union behavior. Where do you see that she's part of the clown union? Where is that?
It's in her info box, in her basic information. She's affiliated with Street Performers Worldwide.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm gonna look at her trivia section while I'm here.
Me too.
Um,
Lola appears to respect Biff, as his logo is used for her Biffler. Biff also happily helps Lola Pop with a performance in one piece of art, indicating that their relationship might not be quite so hostile.
oh, also, this is like a fact that like sort of trended after Arms came back the other day. Um, but so fear of clowns doesn't exist in Japan for the most part. Like, I mean, obviously some people are, but like it's not a cultural thing like it is in America. So when Nintendo of America was like sort of frightened by Lola Pop's design, um, someone who was working for Nintendo of Japan joked that he'd found a weak point of Americans.
That was the director of Arms,
I don't know.
Kosuke Yabuki.
I know no one associated with Arms.
You can at least click his article and check.
I could have.
But yeah, he learned a weak point of Americans.
Oh, I'm looking at this official art of like their competing bakeries, and like yeah, there's Biff's Bakery. It's like the logo is like him looking kind of Pillsbury Doughboyish, eating a cookie. There's Lola's Bakery.
Oh, and Biff looks like sad because everyone's paying more attention to Lola's sweets.
Cause she's like throwing her sweets around, and he's just standing there with a box, like a fool.
She's juggling them because she's a street performer. I want to talk about how so all the Arms characters have like titles. Like Springman's the bouncer. But Lola Pop is the sucker puncher.
Uh-huh.
But in Japanese, her title translates to luscious cat clown with big inflated dreams.
I don't like that.
She's a luscious clown.
Don't say that.
In Italian, she's the dreamy clown.
I don't want to hear this. Yeah, I don't like this one bit. Don't talk about this any further.
What haven't we really talked about? Ninjara.
Ninjara, that's where we're going next.
Why not? We haven't talked about him yet. He goes to ninja college.
He does go to ninja college.
Participating in the Arms tournament is his senior project. Which is allowed for some reason.
They're like, you need to write your final paper, your thesis, and he was like, I'm gonna participate in the sports league. And they were like, okay, that works. Went before the college board of directors, was like, I'm running this one by you. They were all for it. So, do you have anything else you want to say about Ninjara?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay. Because I was opening other pages of characters that we haven't really talked about yet, and I went for Master Mummy because we were talking about him right before we started recording this episode, and so something I think is almost like Well, I mean, when you first told me the title Breaking the Lore, I thought we were just specifically looking for inconsistencies or things that would like break a series.
Hmm.
And like a really small one that I'm like almost confused about is so Master Mummy's like main goal is to find his family.
Yes.
Um, his family that presumably lived however many hundreds of years ago that he also presumably lived. In the end of his Grand Prix, spoilers for a super old game that no one plays anymore. Um, well, I guess people play it now, but super old game that no one played for many years. Um, he finds his family again,
Yeah, that's the end of his story.
right? But he's only alive because Dr. Coyle brought him back scientifically. Like she was doing some kind of weird necromancy science and brought back Master Mummy. Did she bring back his family as well?
Yes. Okay, Dr. Coyle may be um, not in the best place ethically, but she's not a monster. Like, if she was gonna bring back this long dead guy to study his arms, she's gonna bring back his family too, so he's not depressed.
I mean, it also says he suffered total memory loss. How does he even remember he has a family?
He knows he has a family. He doesn't know who they are. That's not his family. Dr. Coyle made a fake family for him so he would stop trashing the place.
I mean, I guess so.
Like, Dr. Coyle just found a lady and a kid, wrapped him up in toilet paper, and was like, "Here's your family. Stop repping my lab, please."
I think she would have killed them and like revived them.
She killed them, mummified them, and then brought them back to life.
She would. I don't think she'd go the half-assed route of just having them pretend. But yeah, I presuming she didn't do some ridiculous scheme like that, I don't really know why she would have brought his family back as well.
I don't either.
Because even bringing him back was an accident. She was just trying to do experiments on him, and he just came back. Um, so I don't know why she would have done that, but apparently she did, or someone did. Because
I wonder, do you think the mausoleum has anything to do with the arms lab?
um, I haven't played Arms in so long I couldn't tell you anything about the stages, so I'm going to the page right now.
Okay, all I want to like I just want to tell you, the mausoleum is a hospital for mummies.
It it is.
Yes. The official description says the decrepit mausoleum moonlights as a hospital for mummies. And
Where does it say that?
if you go to the page for mausoleum, it's the page quote. But
Oh yeah, I know, I see it now. I was looking at like Biff's description and appearance and everything
and
else.
also in Japanese and Chinese, the it's just called straight up called Mummy Hospital.
Again, it's called sanatorium in multiple other languages. Mummy Health, Mummy Clinic.
Mummy Clinic.
This is the only language actually where it's not implied by the name.
Yeah.
That's really weird. Now, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking at it. I mean, that just raises all manner of questions because either it's affiliated with the Arms Lab or mummies exist as a species. But then if mummies exist as a species, why was Dr. Coyle having to reanimate this particular mummy, not Dr. Mummy, Master Mummy, unless after she revived him, she was so happy that she went buck wild and made an entire species of them by just reviving the fuck out of tons of ancient mummies.
No, the official description implies that Master Mummy slept here before he rose from the dead, which makes me think, if mummies are a species, Master Mummy hasn't been dead that long. Master Mummy died like a week ago, and Dr. Coyle was like, "No, wait, I need to study this guy's arms some more." Brought him back to life, lost his memories. He was like, "Where's my wife?"
I mean, like, does it say anywhere that he's ancient?
No,
Um,
it says his age is unknown. And he's also 7'6" and 368 pounds.
Jesus.
That's a little big to just be a dead guy.
Is he even real? Um,
Mummies are just a species.
I I guess. I don't know. I'm like really worked up by this. Like I didn't think that like the forgive the pun tugging at the sort of wrapping of this mummy thing was gonna like discover a lot of really confusing, concerning arms lore. But like
I mean, also, like, he's purple. Yeah,
he
his
is
skin is
he
purple.
is purple. I mean, what if the like experiment that brought him back, it wasn't just bringing him back, it like made him into some sort of like Hulk type monster, except purple
Then
instead of
why
green.
why do his wife and child look like normal people?
Because he was imperfect resurrection and they were perfect resurrection.
He was the first try. They fixed it for the rest of them.
Well, he was the first try because he lost his memories and stuff. I don't know what's going on with mummies and arms. We need
I
the
don't
arms
either.
comic.
We need the arms
We
comic.
need the arms comic.
I want the arms comic so badly.
I need to know why this mummy hospital exists and if there's more mummies than Master Mummy because like directly contradicts everything we know about how Master Mummy came to be, but also the fact that he can even find his family alive and well also contradicts everything we know about how Master Mummy came to be. Um,
Wait a minute, hold on. I think I might have cracked it.
how'd you crack it?
I need to get a better look, but I think Master Mummy's fans from the background are mummies?
I always thought they were dressed up as mummies.
You see, I thought that too, but like, if I can get a better look, I can see if they like have the purple skin.
Master Mummy fans. God, there's just no good. Oh wait, here's a gif of them from something. Um, this one seems to have greenish blue skin in this gif of
I mean,
dubious origin.
I think that's okay because Master Mummy, his alternate colors, one of them he's green in them. His skin is green in it.
Um,
And one of them it's like kind of a dark purplish brown.
is there any official art with Master Mummy's fans? Since like fans appear.
I'm looking at his official art and his fans aren't in any of them. Um, the only ones he's in are like with other arms fighters, not with his fans.
Yeah, because he's like doing stuff with Max Brass and he's stocking up for quarantine with toilet paper. Oh
Also,
wait,
like if
is
they
that?
just sell mummy bandages at Walmart,
Well, I think he's
maybe
buying just like toilet paper.
no, because like look the way it's like taped up, and that's not the consistency of toilet paper, and they're not that long. Like
Oh, no,
that's
you're
not what
right.
toilet paper looks
That's
like.
like medical bandage, yeah.
Yeah, they just sell it for the mummies.
Oh, so our quarantine jokes just fell flat, didn't they? Oh, so wait. If the mausoleum is a mummy hospital, is that why Min Min is dressed like a nurse in the Halloween artwork?
It is.
I thought that was just kind of for fun. I didn't realize that that was like thematic.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I just thought it was like a cute costume, but no, it's relevant.
Oh yeah, I thought they just chose like old-timey nurse, but no, there's a purpose. I need to look at his fans up close now because I'm a little worked up.
There was a picture of them on the mausoleums page, but it's really tiny.
No, yeah, that's the thing. I can keep finding images, but like they're small. The only thing I can
Um,
find is this like GIF of unknown origin.
Here's a picture of the mausoleum, just like the stage, and you can see the fans in the background. They're not very clear, but they're there, and their entire skin is like
Oh God,
not
this is the worst
human
picture I've
skin
ever seen,
toned.
baby.
I'm sorry, it's the best I can find.
All right, I'm zooming in. No, yeah, the skin of all his fans are like green.
Yeah.
Oh geez. Oh no. Um, yeah. So are mummies a species?
Mummy's gotta be a species.
I mean, okay, okay, all right. Let's breathe. Let's take this slow. We don't know how long ago she brought back Master Mummy,
Yes.
so it could have been a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she did just go ape shit with mummy resurrection technology. Maybe. You ready for this one?
I'm ready for this.
Gonna lay this on you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he stole mummy resurrection technology.
So
And
he went
he,
and revived all the mummies he could find in the hopes that one of them would be his wife.
yes.
I love that.
Yeah, he just resurrected the whole damn mausoleum. It became a mummy hospital because, sure. And now mummies are a species because he went ape shit resurrecting people looking for his wife. Hey Nintendo, can we write the Arms comic? We got some good stuff here.
Hire us. Hire us. We got it. We know all the arms lore.
It'll be way better than the Overwatch comic, trust me. So yeah, I think we unwrapped wink Master Mummy's lore.
Okay, yeah. The fans article on the Arms Wiki describes the Master Mummy's fans as having blue skin.
You know, yeah. I'm gonna call it. I think we're right. I think
We're
he stole
absolutely
it
right.
and he somehow just got them all back somehow. I think the only character we haven't really talked about at all this episode is Masango.
Misango's a weird one, and we can talk about him for sure.
I mean, I feel like Master Mummy's such a good note to end on, but like if we don't finish Masango, we haven't finished all the Arms lore.
Yeah.
So we might as well do him, finish it off by like actually looking at all the lore like we promised in this episode, although it did go a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah.
So Masango, what do we got?
So Misango has spirit companions.
Yeah.
They're just spirits. Like, and they, like, boost his stats?
He's got ghosts in his blood.
Yeah.
Um,
And, like, okay, so there's a picture of him, like, training, like, by a waterfall, and he's got big statues that with the hands on the head like Biff.
yeah. Well, Biff is definitely some kind of ancient species because he's in all of the like.
I don't even think Biff is a species. I think he's just an ancient being. There's just one of him, and he's
I
always been
mean,
here.
I believe it. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess he must just be immortal. Like either he's immortal or he's part of this like weird immortal species.
Yeah.
Um, that I just have to assume that Misango's culture worshipped as gods.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, they
Um.
wouldn't really have the like big statues if they didn't, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, he's got this weird little sprite that's like, I'm gonna look at it because I haven't really seen it before. Because again, I've never played as Masango in my life. Oh, it's weird. It's like a little arms sprite.
Yeah.
Did it give him the arms ability,
It
or did it just
doesn't
help him?
say that. Um. All it really says is that his arms look like Misanga bracelets, which represent good luck and friendship, and that he likes them, and that's why they became his arms.
Interesting.
But it doesn't really say if he got arms from the spirits or I don't know.
I mean, it seems like he's just like someone from a foreign country who wants to prove his country's really good. That seems
Yeah.
like the gist of the lore that we have
Yeah,
on
he wants to
him.
prove that his culture's fighting style is the best one. And it actually looks like the spirits, like, possess his mask, not him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 'cause it
Yeah.
had a little mask on it.
And, like, what changes when he gets a spirit is the color of his mask. That indicates which stats get boosted.
Interesting.
Either, what is it, speed, jumping, or strength, I guess? I think it is.
So, I'm reading the page quote for him,
Mhm.
and it says that their country, Masanga, is named after their god? Is Masanga what they call Biff?
Oh.
Because if they have like the big statues that like appear to be Biff's,
Yeah.
with like the arm on the head. Could they call either, again, Biff if he's an immortal being, or Biff species if there's like multiple Misangas?
I guess. Like, when you look at his stage, they've got, like, pillars that have fists on them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But then I have to wonder, did he like flip out when he saw Biff for the first time?
Maybe.
Again, we need the arms comic.
Oh, we need arms lore.
Because, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's implied that like Biff is his god, kind of.
Hmm. Or at least, like, important to his culture in some way.
It's important enough to be all over the place, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not even sure how to process it yet. Um,
So, Twintel used to be label mates with Ribbon Girl.
oh yeah, I think I knew that. Yeah, because she used to be a pop star before she was a movie star, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, another thing. Um, did we know that she had a fashion line?
I didn't.
Because this one artwork of Misango trying on suits, it's like a very George
I
of the
see
Jungle,
it.
Tarzan-y type
Yeah,
artwork.
that's her symbol on the
Yeah, her
belt
symbol,
buckle.
it's on the belt buckle, it's on the like shelf, and it's on the like ceiling of the boutique. I think
Yeah.
she has, yeah, I think she has a fashion label. So is there anything she doesn't have? She's got like perfume, fashion, movies. She was a singer, then became a movie star.
She's a model. Like, yeah, she's got
Oh yeah,
everything.
she's a model. I forgot about that. So yeah, she's just got everything. She's like an absolute celebrity.
Dr. Coyle, in her victory coat after defeating Kid Cobra, implies that she has a fear of snakes.
That's kind of funny. I guess that could make her like almost hesitant to sort of kidnap and experiment on him because she'd have to be in close contact with a presumably very angry snake. Dr. Coyle's secret weakness. This is just kind of a dumb little one. Min Min's ramen restaurant is Nintendo.
Nintendo! Oh.
Min Min's Nintendo ramen. If Arms was big, we could be eating Nintendo ramen.
Oh, we could.
They could have released ramen that had Min Min on it. Nintendo label ramen. Another world.
A better world. On the Japanese version of the ARMS website, Min Min's weight is listed as on a diet rather than unimportant. There's just no information on why she has a dragon arm, is there?
Um, there doesn't really seem to be. It seems like that's just sort of something that happened.
She can just do that. Like, there's no reason for it.
No, yeah, like almost even, yeah.
And it's only just one of her arms, too. Like,
Is it always the same one?
it's always the left one, yeah.
Yeah, it is. No, yeah, it's really weird. There's just like no explanation as to why she has one dragon arm. Again, probably something that would have been addressed in the Arms comic.
We're gonna be so disappointed if the ARMS comic ever comes out and it doesn't answer all of our questions.
Oh, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Like, I need to know. Oh,
So,
oh, I was just looking at some official Min Min art, and I saw this really cute art of her in a yukata,
oh.
um, with Kid Cobra and Ninjara on spinning tops for whatever reason.
Like snakeboards?
They look more like traditional children's tops.
Oh,
Like, you know, the ones that you like do with string?
yeah.
They look like those.
Oh, okay.
Also interesting that we haven't talked about yet, I don't think. Um, Dr. Coyle is second generation?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, because
Um,
she made her own arms, yeah.
yeah,
She
she
gave
didn't
herself
like
arms.
she didn't get arms. She like tested herself
Yeah.
and gave herself arms. But she has swirly eyes. So she was able to like give herself like actual arms.
Mm-hmm.
Like as if she got it naturally.
She created her own arms. She figured out where arms come from.
And was able to give herself them, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where we gotta end it.
Yeah, I guess that is just kind of where we have to leave it. I don't think there's anything else to find. I mean, I guess this just goes to show that you can't really always pace out episodes. Like, obviously, the Master Mummy thing would have been the
Yeah.
fun big thing to end on, but that's just not really how this episode worked out.
No.
But we did go through all of Arms' lore and made up a ton of shit that could be Arms lore, but also could not be Arms lore.
What would be Arms lore if they weren't cowards?
Because Arms just doesn't have lore. So you kind of, if you're going to do an hour plus long podcast about Arms lore, you need to make up
No.
some
No,
Arms lore.
I disagree. I think Arms has lore. It just doesn't have a story.
I mean,
It's all lore. It's only lore.
but like,
It's all just flavor text.
that's fair. But like, none of the lore, like, it's all like half-baked lore. Like, you have
Yeah.
to, like, we've been extrapolating almost this entire episode. I feel like there's not a single bit of lore that we've just read and haven't, like, extrapolated things from.
Mm-hmm.
I just want Arms to get a proper story mode or like a comic or whatever. A long
I
running
just
manga like the Splatoon manga would be absolutely great.
Oh, that'd be so good. I just put that Arms comic out already. Like, I know you're holding on to it. Like, even if you just canceled it, release what you had, because what you had was good. I read the first issue. Like,
I still haven't read it, but I'm sure it was good.
I have it somewhere. I'll find it for you.
But yeah, we should really wrap this up because this episode's
Yeah.
been going on for a very long
So,
time, and I don't even think there's that much that we can cut.
put a story mode in Arms 2 Armageddon, and psh, that's all I got to say about that.
But yeah, thank you for sticking with us throughout this episode. That's probably going to be at least a little bit long because I mean we discussed a lot that I don't think I really want to cut out. Um, so thank you for sticking with us. As usual, like it, comment. We love interaction. Um,
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Subscribe to our Patreon. We have a
It's
Patreon
Breaking the Lore. That's what it's called.
Yep, it's the link is actually on our Twitter. The link will be in the description of this episode. But yeah, we got several levels, all with different privileges. If you do the $50 a month King of Monsters tier, I send you a Snapchat every week. It's not lewd, but it's cute. Um, so yeah, there's tons of fun things at each level. If you want to subscribe to our Patreon, subscribe
You'll
to
get
us.
access.
Oh, what were you going to say?
Yeah. You'll get access to exclusive minisodes and commentary tracks if at certain tiers. Like, it's gonna be great.
No, yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Give you more Breaking the Lore content than what the average schmo would get.
And you know, keeps us doing this. Financial support's important, especially in a pandemic. So give us some support. But yeah, even if you don't want to do financial support or can't, like you know how it is, follow our
Just
Twitters.
your support, just
Yeah.
listening to it and talking about it is just as good.
Exactly. Share it with people, tell people you know about it. Any sort of word of mouth or ways to get us sort of more popular is appreciated.
We're not in it for the money. We just want to bring joy and information to people.
But money is quite nice.
I would like money, but it's not the end.
I
And
know.
that's not everything.
I know. We can just cut out that part. But yeah. Like, subscribe, share, all that end of YouTube video stuff, except it's a podcast.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.